Is it on now?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Well, now I had to have two crew members here. Thanks, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Drew.
Have a good one.
Took me two crew members to get this going this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is going to be another long video. Got a lot of questions here. You know, sometimes we get people like this, and Rick Campbell, you sent me this about your wife. You're disappointed because I didn't get back to her questions fast enough. You know, my friend, I tell you all that if you're in need and you're hurting, that you can call this clinic. I don't think you're going to find too many clinics around the world that's going to give you free advice and help you like this. So to write me something like this is really, you probably need to go out and meditate a little bit. I understand if your wife's hurting, we have millions of hurting people. So bad it's not even funny, and my heart goes out to your wife and everybody else. I love you all. But don't send me stuff like this. You call this clinic. If you're hurting real bad, you call this clinic. We're God people. We're here to help you. We don't charge for this free information. You can call the clinic and talk to the staff. We don't charge you. So, and not nice to write something like this to me. And as far as your wife, sweetheart, if you're hurting, honey, we'll help you. Call. I am so busy, it's not even funny, and I'm just one man. And we have a small clinic. And we're very busy. And so we have people all around the world hurting. So I apologize, but it's on my videos. Call our clinic, and we'll help you, because it takes an hour to download each 10-minute segment. And my staff's very busy out there. And so I don't have the money. I'm not rich. I'm not like a medical doctor. I drive a truck. So I try real hard to be able to financially afford things, because we have a lot of people that we actually have to pay for. And so it keeps us living week to week like all of you guys. So this idea somehow that we're magically making a lot of money and we can staff and have all kinds of things just doesn't exist here. So we're sorry that you had to feel that bad to write this. We do everything we can to help for free. I don't know what else we can do. So if you're hurting really bad, any of you guys, you call here. Most of you that called here found our staff to be quite nice, and we're here to help you immediately, as much as we can. I mean, we see people literally from every country there is out there. So, and we have a very small clinic, so we're all pretty ratted out at the end of the day. So we really I love you guys, and I'm sorry for your wife. Call in, please. Be happy to help you, It's just difficult. This video you're seeing today probably won't be on for a couple of days, although Chris is caught up now. But I had several videos shot that he couldn't even get to yet. So, please, if you're hurting, call the clinic. We don't charge you, All right. So enough of the gruesome stuff. Let's get on with the questions, because you guys are doing so well. I'm real proud of you all. And we don't want anybody to hurt. Suffering is one of the things that I can't tolerate. Moving from one body to another body, we like to be a way station here. And if you're going to translate or leave from this world, well, glad to help you there too. Plenty of action beyond this little physical planet. So a lot to the God worlds. And so one should always be excited, when you see plants and animals translate, they're excited. Humans go with fear, and I guess because they're not trained adequately, or they've lost their inner sense of God. And so then they fear these things that are very natural processes, So, but if you want to stay, you've got to get your physical body healthy. And we've been talking a lot about that through all these couple of months. And we've only been on the air for a couple of months here. And so I think we've done pretty well. I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but we're really trying. I love what you guys said. The Lion Man, there was another guy here too, really pulled it home on that 11:11. Interesting stuff. I mean, I think it's the God numbers for sure. And, it's just, I love, I feel that we're all bonding. So, Rick Campbell, bond with us. Don't fight us. We're here to help you, my friend. Not here to be, to not do that. It's just have to understand, have some understanding in your heart of what we're all up against. This is tough. This is a battle. Someone made a comment here about I was looking out of shape. This old farm boy ain't out of shape. Might be a little overweight. I remember there was a comment here I thought it was a good one. How do you know when someone's too thin? I guess when you hug them and you can feel their bones. I don't know. I worked out a lot in my life. I've worked outside quite a bit. I'm always working in the gardens and building fences, and I'm a carpenter. I used to build custom homes for a living just to be able to survive, because years ago it was a struggle doing this. But, an interesting, I don't want to bore you, but, when I came out of the being a hermit in the woods as a fruitarian, I thought, I ran out of money, and I thought, well, how can I help people, And so I said, well, open up a health food store. So I got my grandfather to loan me some money, and I opened up a health food store, and I was really busy, and I had a little mill to make whole grain flours and stuff, and I had raw milk cheeses and raw milk, and I had goat's milk ice creams, and I had all kinds of stuff. Well, that's not raw, and I didn't know at the time, I'm young, and I thought, well, this will be a good service. I had honey from everything you can imagine, from grapefruit honey to orange honey to you name it. And I had the high school students coming in and painting the walls, and I had a really cool looking health food store. I thought I had a book section to die for. I had a whole room dedicated to spiritual and raw books. You couldn't find them anywhere. So I searched the world over and found them, and but I started tasting this and tasting that, and I started gaining weight and not feeling good. And then this famous importer-exporter of bells, Sarna Bells, very wealthy man in Sarasota, opened up a gourmet Indian restaurant in the whole bottom of the old Ringling Brothers hotel. And he came to me and he said, look, I want organic beans. I thought, okay, I'll sell them to you wholesale. What is Indian food? Well, I shouldn't have said that, because when I went down, he said, come down, this is gourmet Indian food. He had chefs and a big window and the clay urns, and I'm not a meat eater. So I said, well, I don't eat meat, but she said, well, there's plenty of vegetarian things. So, but it was cooked, and it must have been a past incarnation, because, man, I couldn't get enough of that Indian food. I didn't like it hot, and hot things hurt me. But I tell you, the spices, it was like a past life experience. My body hated it. I was in so much pain and suffering, and then things got busy, and then I traveled the world, and so hard to keep in shape when you're extremely busy, you're burning the candle, and then some colonel in the military told me that the IRS had been misapplying the tax laws. And so then two senators told me, and then the State Attorney General's office of Florida told the world, and then books after books, and so I'm learning the law, and I'm fighting the IRS. You talk about stressful. Man, the criminals, they've gotten so criminal. They're land grabbing, and they're stealing from people, and they have no law to back them up. And then the judges, they've corrupt these federal judges to where you can't even take the law. The Supreme Court has backed the proper law here, but you can't get judges to acknowledge that anymore because there's so much corruption. So that's a big stressor, I'm telling you. And so I'm sorry, all these things take a toll on a person. And so this is why I don't judge any of you, and I appreciate it if you don't judge me too much. I'm a soul just trying to get this message of health and wellness out to the world, and